This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Hey everyone, I'm your host Dani, and I'm the first-time reader going through this series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host Brett, who's a longtime fan, and he's guiding me on this journey. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our executive producers, Brandy and Kirkwood, Sean McGuire, Yanis, LightBlindedFool, Green Man, Deyvis Ferreira, Margaret, Big C, Bennett Williamson, Dylan C, Hannah Green, Noralia, Geof Searles, Erik Reed, Greysin Ishara, Ashlee Bradley, and Laura Lewis. And before we get into things today, we just want to thank and shout out all of the people who renewed their annual pledge over at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast for a whole nother year. Thank you so much to Rory Whaley, HerrBeredt, Mike Kuehnel, and Death's Little Helper. We really appreciate all of the continued support and really couldn't do this without you.
This is Uno Bloody Nemesta, and you're listening to the Goat Kissers from the Wheel Weaves podcast.
In this episode, we are talking about Chapter 44 of The Gathering Storm.
Yeah, Chapter 44 is Sense Unknown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we got a sniffer.
We do.
He comes back.
We do, and we're just gonna blow past a few things. We're coming up on the end. This is a bit of a transition chapter.
It feels that way, sure.
It's a little bit of setup for what might end the book.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need some predictions from you as we go through it.
Okay.
Because, maybe we have some answers. I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't have any revelations while reading, so...
Maybe while we go through it, maybe something will come to you.
Maybe you'll help me with that?
Yeah,
okay.
Because we're just doing the one chapter tonight, but from here on out, we only have 3 episodes left.
Whoa.
We're doing
what?
2 chapters, the last 3 chapters.
That's so crazy.
It's crazy.
And then we'll be in our new house.
Yes. So I think
wait. Oh my gosh,
if we've timed it properly, our last recording at this house will be the last chapter of The Gathering Storm.
What a lovely
We'll finish the book in this house.
Capsule.
And then we'll get to move into the new house and start the next book.
Okay.
How exciting.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we have any time.
If it works that way, we'll see. We'll see how closely we've timed it.
Yeah.
And it was all intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we live our lives.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Somebody recently told me that I'm somebody who likes to push the first domino.
Oh, yeah.
And then go, oh, no,
Look
all
what
these
happened.
things are happening.
It's like, you did this to yourself.
And I just deal with all the consequences of all the dominoes falling down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got it.
That is me in
Okay.
a nutshell.
Okay, good.
How did I get into this nutshell?
It's a good reference.
Thank you.
Very old.
Yeah, love
but
it.
Good. So, I'm going to start us off with a fun fact here. And this is kind of interesting because it's going to go one way, and then we're going to pivot. We're going to pivot into something else.
Can't wait.
Okay.
Sounds fun.
It's pretty fun for me. So, and I also had to listen to the audiobook to get how they pronounce this word because,
Ooh.
Yeah. So, we get the hand of Aman Rukani. The hand of Aman Rukani.
Okay.
Okay, anyways, it's the statue that Perrin and his whole group are camping near, under the shadow of.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got this whole subplot of Nynaeve trying to figure out where Perrin is, and Rand's like, oh, it's in this super obvious and distinctive statue, it's right there.
That everybody clearly
Literally
knows.
anyone should be able to tell you exactly where this one statue is.
It would be like if I was like, you're camping under the Eiffel Tower.
Sure.
I'd be like, I know where to find you.
Or more Canadian or Alberta specific, you're like, oh, there's a giant Easter egg. He's right there.
Oh, yeah.
You know exactly.
I would know
You're like, I know where you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's also the world's largest teepee.
Yeah.
Medicine Hat.
There is that.
The
Yep.
giant moose.
Yeah.
Moose straw.
There's the big Happy Rock in Gladstone. Not in Alberta,
I
but
was
that's Manitoba.
Oh, yeah.
It's Happy Rock in Gladstone.
Okay.
It's always hilarious.
See, that one I wouldn't be able to find you.
Yeah, anyways, okay. So, there's a lot of them. That's kind of a thing that the small towns do. They have we got the largest whatever. There's a largest fire hydrant I passed by one time.
Yep.
This isn't the fun fact. Okay. The fun fact is about this statue. So, I went on a search and I was like, totally got to be something here, right? Totally. So, for the hand of Amun Rukani, I looked at Amun-Ra, the king of gods from ancient Egypt. I looked at Amihan in Philippine mythology, the first creature to inhabit the universe. I looked at Rukmini, the Hindu goddess and the first queen of Krishna. I looked up Rukane, or Rukani, and it kept bringing me to Arachne from Greek mythology, which is the girl who gets transformed into a spider. And sometimes when I go on these dives and something like this keeps popping up, it's because there's something hidden deep in the depths of the internet.
Ooh.
Nothing. I got nothing. Couldn't find anything. But then I started searching interviews with Robert Jordan and Brandon Sanderson, and I found this from 2012 with Brandon Sanderson. And the question posed to Brandon was, what does Aman Rukani mean?
Yeah.
And Brandon Sanderson, it says, stares blankly for a long time. And then he says, what's been said on that before? And then the interviewer says, well, just that it's a sword sticking out of the earth. Cadswin names it. And then Brandon says, oh, right. I don't know. And then he laughs. And he says, you can probably tell something about it from that. And the interviewer says, that is not that important.
Yeah.
And then Brandon Sanderson laughs. So I was trying to find something. And then as we were getting set up here, we got a very lovely gift from one of our awesome listeners.
Yeah, I went and picked it up from the post office.
In the mail.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. And I was searching for something a little bit more substantial for this fun fact. Well, guess where there's giant sword statue monuments? Guess where it is?
Is it Norway?
It's Norway.
Nice.
Holy moly. And where do the shot glasses come from?
Norway, yeah.
Okay. And I love everything about the packaging.
Oh, wow.
From the cough house, which I have to assume is a coffee cup.
Listen.
I know it's just like regular coffee cup.
We have
So
been
great.
sent a lot of breakable glassware from a lot of very generous and lovely people from a lot of very interesting places.
Yes.
And this is by far the most cautiously wrapped package that we have yet to receive. Bubble wrap.
And you know what? It all arrived safely.
It all
Nothing
arrived
broke.
super safely. And
So-
if it breaks at this point, it's on me.
Yeah.
Not on the post office or the packaging.
It'll happen in the move, probably, if it breaks any.
Oh, yeah.
But okay, so
Don't
let's
jinx
talk
it.
about what we get here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna tell you about the giant sword statue monument in Norway.
Right. Okay. So this package is from Kazane, and it is 3 shot glasses from Norway, and this one kitchen utensil looking thing.
Yeah.
Now, it is a type of cheese slicer, and I was like, what a curious thing to send in a package of shot glasses. And then on the back of it, it's all Norwegian.
Probably, I would have to assume.
And it says Osthavel. And so I looked up the word Osthavel.
Okay.
And turns out Thor Bjorklund was a Norwegian inventor and a businessman, and he is best known as the inventor of the Osthavel, a popular cheese slicer which developed into an important Norwegian export product.
I love it.
So this is an authentic Norwegian Osthavel.
I love it.
And I will slice the cheeses.
Yeah.
Maybe even Norwegian ones,
Now,
if I can find them.
With these shot glasses, they're pretty adorable because they're like the little houses and they're very cute. And there's like a
Gondola?
Yeah, gondola going up one over the town. And then what Norway is probably most known for on the third shot glass.
Guns.
A gun.
It said one last shot.
It says one last shot, and there's like a gun going through the shot glass.
Norway.
It's hilarious.
From Bergen, Norway.
Yeah, Bergen. Okay.
Bergen.
Cheers to Norway.
Cheers to Norway.
Yeah.
And cheese slicers.
And cheese slicers. And then
Thor Bjorklund. Wait,
Sure.
what is it? I already lost it. Yeah, Bjorklund.
Bjorklund. You got to pronounce. There's a J in there, I think.
And an O with a line through it.
Okay, I'm very glad you brought that up. Okay.
Take your shot.
Let's take your shot. Okay.
Oh.
Now for the giant sword statue monument in Norway.
Hold on, I am not ready. Oof. Nope.
Okay.
You know, I'm feeling a touch under the weather. I don't know if you can tell in my voice or not, but I've heard that giant shots of whiskey,
It'll cure it.
it'll make me feel so better.
Now can I do the giant sword statue?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. The giant sword statue monument in Norway. Specifically, it's in Molebukta, which is a small bay with a sandy beach in the inner part of the Hafrsfjorden in the borough of Madla in the city of Stavanger in the southwestern part.
Of Stavanger?
Stavanger.
Oh, I wish it was Stavanger,
It'd
where
be pretty
the
good.
sword is stabbed into the ground.
Okay, it's in the southwestern part of the large Stavanger municipality in Rogaland County. Now, the monument is called Sverd I Fjell, meaning swords and rock. And it was unveiled in 1983. They're 33 feet tall. There's 3 bronze swords, and they're planted into the rock on a small hill next to the fjord.
Should we go to Norway?
Probably.
That would be cool. I want to see that.
It commemorates the historic Battle of Hafrsfjord in the year 872. The larger sword represents the victorious King Harold, and the 2 smaller ones represent the defeated kings.
Oh.
So, probably no, it's not exactly to do with this, but it's fantastic.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
I'm glad you're positive about that.
That was great.
Okay. Now let's do this. Sense unknown.
Yeah, and thanks, Kazine.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into chapter 44, Sense Unknown, and the chapter symbol's the wheel and snake. And we're starting off in a Nynaeve perspective. And I was like, okay, let's see where we go from here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You're very hopeful when you
Let's
say
see
starting
about
off.
this. Yeah, let's see. So Nynaeve and Rand are having an argument about Lan and Tarwin's Gap. And I was like, I thought we already talked about this.
Well, they did.
We want to talk about it again.
It's not exactly an argument either. It's just she's talking at him.
Yeah.
And he's not budging on his stance.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go through the arguments for and against.
Well, because it's not going well for Nynaeve here.
No, because she's saying, well, Tarwin's Gap makes the most sense of where we should plant some armies because the Shadowspawn are gathering there and Lan's on his way there right now.
Yeah.
And then Rand's like, yeah.
Exactly.
And we don't want to fight there.
Exactly.
So that's going to be a good distraction for the armies, and then we can jump right to Shale Ghul.
Yeah.
There you go.
To be fair,
yeah.
I see where Nynaeve is coming from.
Do you see where Rand is coming from,
too? And I
too?
also see where Rand is coming from.
Yeah, okay.
This is a logical, tactical mind versus an emotional mind.
Yeah, well, and she's like, I don't want Lan specifically to die, and Rand's like, well, if he wants to die, then he can do that, and I will use that to my advantage as I can. Mm-hmm. So
I see it. I can see where they're both coming from.
Yeah, it's a lot of just her really bearing down on him and the issue too is like she's like, I gotta make him see reason, and it's like he sees reason in his mind. What
he's seeing right now is reasonable from where he's coming from,
and like maybe objectively it is reasonable. It is reasonable that we might have to sacrifice Lan and his army to cause a distraction.
Well, and especially because that's what Lan is going to do.
Yeah.
Lan is going to the Blight to fight. That's what he wants.
Yeah, and like specifically to die too.
You know what?
Like, that's his whole thing.
It would be a little bit different. Like, let's say this is like Matt and the band.
Sure.
And Rand ordered them to the Gap.
Yeah.
While he goes a different place, and it's like, oh, that's all slaughter, so that Rand can get away with it. But even then,
that's a little bit more cold.
It's definitely cold, but it's battle strategy.
Exactly. And Lan's doing this on his own. He didn't talk to Rand about it.
Not even at all.
He's like, this is that's where I'm going. And he was gonna go by himself too.
Yes.
It's only because of Nynaeve that we've got a glimmer of hope here for Lan surviving.
Like medium, yeah.
Yeah, or at least taking out a whole lot of baddies before he goes down.
Yes, yeah.
That's the alternative
there's that. Yeah, because I would say on Rand's end, this is actually less cold than it could be.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's actually kind of interesting. So diving, that goes on for like a few pages.
A while.
And then we get like the next few pages explaining more of the battle strategy. And I actually really like this because there is last battle strategy conversations happening with Rand and his generals right now. Like that's taking place in the book right now.
Yeah.
And we've got a bit of a plan. So Lan is going to be trying to block the Gap, Tarwin's Gap, because that's the easiest place for the Shadowspawn to come in large quantities from the Blight. Okay. That's kind of the entire premise. Yeah, they could come from anywhere, but there's like a really good mountain pass. You have your hand up. Yes, go ahead.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Okay.
But do we know for sure that this is what Lan is doing? How do we know for sure that Lan is going to Tarwin's Gap?
He said it. He said, that's where I'm going.
Okay, but that was before Nynaeve dropped him off far away from it.
True, the opposite side of the Borderlands, yeah.
Is there a way into the Blight?
Sure.
From different locales?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, his whole thing is like that's going to that. There's like a lot of context behind Tarwin's Gap.
Because going up through Tarwin's Gap is towards Malkier.
Yeah, well, also keep in mind like Tarwin's Gap is a major point where Shadowspawn can come out and then spill into Kyrian and Andor. Like, there's not a lot of passages through the mountain that are easy to travel. Tarwin's Gap would be like an easy big one for a lot to get through in large numbers. Okay. And that's what Rand is saying here, is the strategy is let them come through Tarwin's Gap, because we don't want to face off against so many all at once. Let them get through. Maybe Lan will take a few out, whatever. And then after they break into fists, into smaller groups to go and attack, that's when he's going to have Bashir leading different groups and using gateways to attack all those different smaller groups of Trollocs. So that's kind of how we're going to try to start off this last battle situation.
If everything goes to plan through Tarwin's Gap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But again,
Okay.
we've got traveling as a huge advantage, and the Shadow Spawn don't. They cannot go through gateways.
That's true.
So that's a huge advantage for the light.
Yeah, what were we calling it when Luz Theron through Rand was spinning gateways and
Death gates.
Death gates.
Death gates.
Shoving Trollocs through them so that they pile up in somebody's like farmyard.
They fall from the sky.
Yeah.
I would make them fall from the sky above other Trollocs so they land on
Oh.
the other Trollocs, right? An infinite
Can
loop
you-
of Trollocs falling on
Can
each
you
other.
make gateways in the sky?
I guess, so why not? Like, where else would they be falling from?
Well, I thought they were just like, you were just opening them up on the ground.
Sure.
Can you make a gateway just in midair?
Well, you gotta fly a plane through one? We already talked about boats and, like, the
Yeah.
logistics here. We don't have airplanes. We
Showings.
don't have... That was the age... We don't have them now.
But like, if you open one up in the sky and you shove Trollocs out through the sky somewhere else.
Like, are you walking them off the plank? Like, what?
I don't know.
What's your idea here?
Well, I don't know. You're the one who said that they were dropping on other Trollocs.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. I stand by
I just
my
never
point.
thought about the physics of that.
Like, why couldn't you hypothetically do that?
For sure you could. I don't think you need a solid ground.
Well, it's nothing about them says, oh, but it's like, what's the point? The riskiest high jump, a new Olympics category.
Oh, man. Yeah.
You know, jump and then, if you don't make it, you get sliced in half.
Well, the whole idea about opening a gateway on a boat is dangerous because
Water be moving.
it's moving. But
Yeah.
if you open it above the boat and then jump down like 5
Onto the
feet,
boat? Yeah. Well, I mean, that is a thing. I'm pretty sure that happened. It was like slightly above the deck. Wasn't that a whole thing?
Oh, maybe.
It wasn't
I don't
exactly
remember.
on the boat. You'd be slicing the boat up.
Okay, can we get back to this though?
This,
because
no,
Nynaeve
we are
is
in the
very
we're in the
distraught.
middle of this. This is the conversation. Okay, and Nynaeve's like, Lan's gonna die, and Rand's like, yeah, probably. That's his job. My job is kill the Dark One.
Yeah, but Rand also says, "Who am I to deny that?"
Yeah.
When Lan clearly wants that.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's his entire. That's been his whole thing from the beginning of the
yeah,
series.
from before
Before the series.
even Moraine.
And Moraine was like, hey, let's just delay that a little bit. And she did a good job delaying that a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still reeling from the whole Moraine Bond thing. Like, there's that. That's not good.
Yeah. I wonder. I hope that we get Moraine back and then Lan doesn't die and then they can be like, oh, hey,
Sure.
you know?
Sure.
That would be romantic.
Wait, with Lan and Moraine?
Yeah, romantic in the sense of like
platonic romance.
yeah, like
Yeah,
it would
okay.
just be like a romantic idea.
Yeah, I get
You
what
know
you're
what I
saying.
mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay.
Not like
Yeah.
lovers romance.
Yeah, no, we get that.
Okay.
We get it. We get it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I think we covered all the main points of that conversation.
Yeah.
The talking points.
And there's a lot of description of the countryside that we're riding through.
And the farmers who are like, ooh, who are you guys?
Uh-huh.
Don't like you.
And I'm like, where are we?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
It barely describes it. It
Yeah, they're in-
describes what things look like around us, but
they're in the
I
cou-
have
they're in the
no
country.
idea where we are.
Yeah, we're in the country.
Plains of somewhere?
Laredo.
Oh,
Yeah. You know.
no, I actually don't.
That geographic location?
I didn't look it up either.
Okay.
Because then later,
Does it matter?
we sort of get a sense of where we are, so
Yeah.
I don't know if it matters. All right. Well, anyway, we get Nynaeve not knowing how to deal with Rand at all, and now the only thing that's left is Cadsuane's mysterious plan. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. But her part of the plan is she needs to find out where Perrin is.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to ask you at the end of this if you figured out what the mysterious plan is.
Oh.
Think about that in the back of your mind. If you haven't
'Kay.
thought about it yet,
Okay.
that's the question.
Okay. Like the whole plan.
What's the plan?
What's the plan?
Exactly.
Okay, because I can't answer that right now.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So anyways, this is where we get the whole, hey, Brand, you know where Perrin is?
Yeah.
Oh, but we're not actually answering the question yet. Sorry.
Well, because Rand says, why do you want to know?
Yeah.
And Nynaeve's like, it's probably not best to mention Cadsuane.
Don't bring up her name.
It's just because I'm worried about him and Matt.
Right.
And then Rand right away is like, Nynaeve, you suck at lying.
That's because she sucks at lying. But we do have Rand admitting that he does know a little bit about where Perrin's at, but he kind of, it's like this weird thing because he admits some stuff, but he doesn't actually give an explanation.
And then she's like, how do you know that?
Well, she's like, oh, he must be having secret meetings with Perrin somehow.
Yeah.
But then he's like, no, I'm not having any secret meetings with Perrin. I just know a bunch of stuff. We're connected, man. Like, we're all connected.
Yeah.
And gives no extra information.
None.
Which is not helpful.
No.
And I still don't really understand why in this world of magic and mysticalism.
Every time we talk about this.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before.
Like, we get Taviran effects. Weird shit happens around Taviran and be like, yeah, we're connected. I get color swirls. I see them when I think of them.
Yeah.
Super annoying.
And it would be like, oh.
Whoa, that's useful. Yeah. Let's use that.
Yeah.
But nope. Communication.
Well, and right now we're going to find out that Rand and his crew are actually on the way to the Borderlander meeting right now.
Yeah, that's why we're walking through the country.
Right, because I forgot that all of this stuff was meant to happen.
Yes.
I was really wrapped up in all that tower stuff for a while.
Yeah, that's true. Well, last episode we did get that, like, this is the next thing for Rand.
Right.
This is the next thing. He's like, oh, Borderlander mission?
Yeah.
Then the Shale Ghoul thing.
Right.
Boom. Okay. So
not Ghoul Shale.
Not Ghoul Shale. Actually, we got an answer. A few answers. It is a linguistics thing.
Yeah.
That's all I can answer.
Vowels.
Vowels
and such.
Vowel sounds.
Vowel sounds and such. Mm-hmm.
Something about, like, the order of operations. One sounds good, one sounds bad.
Yeah. I was right. It does sound bad.
We were right. Okay, good job. Go us. All right. Before the Borderlander meeting, let's talk to a Borderlander. Narishma.
Oh, right.
Nynaeve's going to talk to Narishma about the Borderlander situation.
Yeah. And she wants to know if he has any clue why the Borderlanders have left their post in the Borderlands.
And the answer is...
no idea.
No. But it's weird. He does admit it's weird.
Yep.
Because they're all, like, honor and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're all doing, like, the, hey, we're not doing our job thing.
Right.
Because they're supposed to be guarding the Borderlands.
And they are not currently.
They're not.
Yeah.
And it's super weird.
Yes. And they also have 13 Aes Sedai with them.
Also concerning.
Okay,
so he has no insight.
None.
What's your insight? I guess we don't technically know. We've gotten a few hints that there were hidden Aes Sedai.
The only thing we know about the Borderlanders who are on their way to go meet Rand was from way back whenever the hell that was.
Yeah, they had, like, their secret pact or whatever.
They were in Caemlyn somewhere.
Well, like Andor.
Brahamwood.
Yeah, Andor, not Caemlyn. Yeah.
Outside of Caemlyn.
Yeah.
And then Elaine met with them.
Yeah.
Sort of used them a little bit.
Yeah, for her own plots.
Yeah.
But their whole mission was, like, the original thing. They
wanted to find Rand.
They had a secret meeting about it, too.
Yeah.
Like, they had a secret meeting. Like, nobody could really know what's going on.
That was in a prologue a while ago.
It was, yeah. So what's your insight? What the heck is the Borderlander plan here? Like, what's going on? We got the meeting. They want to meet with Rand. They have Aes Sedai. They want to we'll get to where they want to specifically meet him in a second
Formatting.
here.
It's formatting.
What the heck is going on here with the Borderlanders?
I don't know. Nothing.
You and everybody else.
Honestly, yeah. And
is it good or bad? Like, nefarious or not nefarious?
Originally, I thought not.
Okay.
But now it might be dark friendy. It might be Forsaken-y.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
All we need is a couple of Borderlander kings and queens to be influenced.
Oh, what if it's Demandred? Did I already say that before?
I don't think so. But,
like
what do you
one time,
mean?
because he's like, my armies are gathered.
He did say that.
Yeah.
He did say that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like, one of them is Demandred, or, like, Demandred is, like, pulling the strings?
I'm so 50-50 on it, I can't even make a decision.
Both.
I think he is one of them.
Love it. Okay.
No,
you're immediately taking it back.
No, it didn't feel right. I tried it out. I think he's influencing them.
Okay.
One of them is a dark friend, and he's influencing them.
Love it. Okay,
yeah.
Let's circle back to that afterwards. Let's get a little bit further into this Borderlander plot, because we do have more information.
Okay.
Or
Demandred's in, like, Ishara gathering armies over there, you know?
Perfect. Love it.
Who cares?
Haven't heard from them for a while.
So long.
You really got some crazy stuff over there.
They really do. Elephants and stuff.
Noel's always like, crazy things.
Yeah.
I know lots of stuff. Okay.
Oh, yeah, Noel. Oh,
yeah.
That guy. I'm still so suspicious of him.
Yeah.
Okay, where are we in this chapter?
Okay, so they're going to the meeting.
Yep.
And then finally the IL scouts are like, hey, we're back. We were scoping out where the meeting's taking place, and we're back now. And then Rand's like, okay, did they stick to their word? So this meeting...
Oh, right. This is so funny.
You know, with all these meetings, there's always like okay, we have to count off how many channelers we have,
Yeah.
how many soldiers.
And we got to make sure
can't be
that they don't
outnumbered.
bring all 13 Aes Sedai with them because
Exactly.
they can just still Rand.
Exactly.
Right on the spot, or gentle him, whatever.
Yeah.
And so
there was supposed to be
make
like
it
4
even,
channelers.
4 channelers.
Yeah.
And so Rand's like, I'll bring 4 channelers, you bring 4 channelers.
Right.
And I'll only bring 200 men, and you only bring 200
Yeah.
men.
Call it squaresies.
Easy.
Like we're good.
Squaresies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did they keep their word?
Yes.
And the Aiel are laughing.
So funny.
Technically,
Super
yes.
honorable. They are so honorable.
Yeah.
It's great.
There's just one guy.
And he's a short little dude.
But he sort of looks like he maybe can fight.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And then it's like extra suspicious because then
it's
you're like,
what
whoa.
kind of trap is this?
It's for sure gotta be a trap if there's
It's
only
not.
one dude.
It's not a trap.
Yeah.
Now, Rand and the Ashman are even more on guard. They're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then they see the one Shinerian man
Yeah.
standing up ahead, and Rand and Nynaeve both know him.
Yeah. It's Hurin. I love it.
Frickin' Hurin.
Friggin' Hurin.
Frickin'
Okay.
Hurin.
You remember the last time we saw Hurin?
Did he travel with the group with the horn and dying Matt
Yep.
to the tower?
Exactly. Yes, with
book
Varen.
3?
With Varen
With
too.
Varen.
Yes. Who we now know.
Ugh.
Oh no.
Sneaky dark friend.
Did the Dark Friends know where the Horn of Valyr was?
Probably.
I don't know, but it traveled with one, Black Adra, for a
long
while.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of implications. But anyways, after, when Hurin left, they were like, hey, Hurin, you want to stick around the White Tower? And he said, nah, I get to get back to the Borderlanders and tell them all about what down in Falma with the Dragon Reborn.
Yep.
So he left.
Yeah.
And then apparently he's done a pretty good job of making sure everyone knows what's up.
Yeah, okay. Then Hurin's like, Lord Rand, it is you.
Yeah. I
And
love
then-
it because Hurin loved Rand so much.
Yeah, Lord Rand.
Lord Rand.
Lord Rand.
They had
And
the horrible, like...
yeah, because I actually forgot a little bit about how much interaction Hurin and Rand had.
Like all the book too.
Yeah.
So much time.
They traveled through Portal Stone worlds and met Selene together.
And fought Grom together.
And I forgot that.
So much stuff
Until
happened.
this chapter, I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
I love it so much. Okay. So anyways, this reunion isn't the best.
No.
Rand's not really nailing the whole reunions thing, is he?
Well, he's on guard. And good.
True. Okay.
Let's be defensive here.
Okay, yeah.
For one freaking second. Because
You're right.
the last time we tried to meet with
I
somebody.
regret saying that. I'm sorry.
The last time we tried to meet with somebody was disguised as that person.
Yeah.
And it was a Forsaken who blasted his hand off.
Yeah.
So
It's been its fault, but it's fine. Okay. Yes, you're right. We should be on guard.
yeah.
Hurin just loves Rand so much.
And
then he gets picked up by error.
Yeah.
And then Rand does the whole, answer this question that only the real you would know.
And that's when I was like, oh, right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Tell me about the monsters that we fought.
But he's tricky. He doesn't say monsters.
Oh.
He says, tell me about the people that we fought in the Shadow Realm or whatever. What nationality were they? And then Hurin doesn't really pick up what's happening. He's like, what the
There
hell?
weren't any people.
What are you talking about?
Just Lady Selene and those crazy frog creatures I heard the Shanshan have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sexy nightshirt that she was always wearing.
Ooh,
Oh, there
yeah.
you go. Okay.
Yeah. And then Rand's like, okay,
Phew.
can't be too careful these days.
Do you have a question? What's your one question? How do you know it's the real me? Do you have a question by
For
chance?
you?
Yeah. Some weird crazy you got to know if it's the real me or if it's like a clone or like a, magical something.
Yeah, I would probably ask if you know my phone number.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Who knows phone numbers
who knows
anymore?
phone numbers anymore?
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody knows phone numbers.
It's funny because you made me remember it,
I
too.
made you
I
do
never
that.
knew it. I didn't know
That was like a long time ago.
30 years ago.
Well, was it not quite? But when we first started dating,
Yeah.
I forced you to remember and memorize my phone number.
Yeah.
Because in the age of cell phones, if you ever lose your phone, then
Yeah.
it's like now you can't contact me.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I made you remember my phone number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what I would ask you.
That's a good
'Cause
question.
Nobody else knows it, except maybe Spencer.
Okay.
Because I remember Spencer's cell phone number.
Oh, man. Well, ruined.
But also,
Now,
I trust Spencer too.
I could be me or I could be Spencer. You have no idea.
You know what? Fine. That's fine.
We're okay with that.
Yeah.
We'd actually prefer the other. That's fine. Okay. So back to it.
Yeah.
Hurin answer the question properly.
Yes.
Rand still isn't being very friendly, though. Because then he's like, why did they only send you? This was not the plan. The plan was to have a meeting.
Yeah.
The plan was to have the meeting with the Borderlanders here, right now. Turns out they switched it. They switched it to a secondary location.
Never go to the secondary location.
Seriously.
Although, that is a good tactic. Do you think that they read that book?
Change the meeting place.
Change the meeting
They
place.
also,
throw them off.
yeah, seeing The Office, that one episode, you want to gain power? Change the meeting place.
Change the meeting place.
Exactly. But then Herrn gets distracted.
Oh, yeah. Because he smells a weird, unknown scent. Chapter title.
Yeah, hooray. Okay, so it smells a lot like death, a lot of violence.
Is
but
it
it's
Rand?
darker and more terrible.
It's Rand. That's how Rand smells.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean, does it?
Is that the answer?
Yeah.
Is it more repercussions of like the true power?
Yes.
And that stuff?
Sure.
Like the whole...
I don't know. Don't
touching
ask me. I have no idea. I have no freaking clue what's going on.
Well, you know who doesn't have time for this?
Rand.
Rand and everybody.
Everybody. We're like, we don't even care at all. We know.
What
Have
are you
you
talking about?
seen the shadows of darkness all around him? We get it.
You know what's funny too?
Yeah.
Because we were traveling through like the
Smells
farmlands,
bad.
and even all the plants that are growing, they're all like sickly and yellow and blight-like too.
Oh my gosh.
Terrible.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay.
This is all terrible.
It's not great. It's not great.
Okay, so Rand's like, hey, why did they send only you? And Herrn's like, well, I'm here to discuss the terms of setting up the real meeting.
Okay, but before we get into the real meeting, let's do a break.
Okay.
And then we'll...
Well, it's funny because you were like, what time are we at? Should we take a break? And I was like, yeah, I was waiting for the perspective switch.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
There's no... That's just the next chapter.
That's why I started out by saying we start out in Nynaeve's perspective. I thought we switched.
Yeah, but didn't I say like no, but then we also ended it?
But when I was reading all of this, I felt like I was in Rand's perspective. I don't know. I felt like there was a perspective change.
Yeah.
There's not.
There's not.
Okay, so yes, we'll take a break now.
Okay, and
Sounds
we'll come
good.
back.
And we'll come back. Okay, so we're back, and we're still in Nynaeve's perspective, although she's really just witnessing the back and forth between Rand and Herrn.
She is. That's true. That's true. So, they got to discuss terms for the real meeting, which is going to take place next.
And they assumed Rand might be angry to find only Herrn here.
This is great.
And then we
He's
get
so
to
angsty.
the point, because the Borderlanders really want to meet with Rand seriously.
Right. Totally they do.
But they want Rand to go to Formatting.
Right, with the
where
Guardian.
He can't channel.
Yeah. So, okay, couple things we got to go over. Number one, when Herrn's like, they thought you were going to be mad. Rand's like, I don't feel anger anymore because it's not a useful emotion. And it's like, dude, you're barely hanging on.
I know. Yes?
Yeah. So, super angsty. Second, with the Guardian, coming back to the Borderlanders' intentions, better or worse that they want to meet with them in a specific place where he can't channel. I mean, like, we know there's ways to get around the Guardian thing.
Probably worse. I feel like this is more Aes Sedai directed than Borderlanders directed.
Okay. But are we coming down to, like, nefarious intentions or wanting to meet on equal grounds?
Maybe.
They want respect or something weird like
that's
that,
a
you
thing.
know?
Sure.
Because they're like, soldiers, and you could
There's
see...
always a 42% chance that plans are nefarious in this book.
I feel like that's gone
Always.
up. I feel like that went up a little bit.
I feel like it's always at least 42% nefarious.
Okay.
Yeah. All plans.
Yeah.
All of them.
Okay.
And they only go up from there.
Right.
So I'm putting this at a solid 47% nefarious.
That's not actually that bad.
Yeah. I would say mostly not, but also...
I mean, mostly, like barely mostly.
Okay, barely not.
Okay. Good.
Majority not.
I'm glad that we're perfectly clear on where you stand with this Borderlander meeting. Okay.
I don't even know. You're like putting me on the spot a little bit.
I mean, I feel like this is the major part of the chapter.
I didn't think this was going to be the question you were going to be asking me, though.
Really? About the entire... Like, you're not suspicious at all about the Borderland. Like, there's been a huge plot point involved in so many people for so long.
Yeah.
And we're coming to a head now.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Mm-hmm. You're right about that.
Life hack time. Let's learn a new cool thing about traveling.
Gateway.
Gateway. Okay, so here's the thing.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
And Nynaeve was like, I'm an idiot. I should have thought about that.
Noted. Because you got to know the location, but if you're making a short jump, you don't need to know the location.
True.
So if you do the short gateway, you essentially learn it well enough to do a gateway, so therefore you know the location, you can make a gateway from somewhere else. So it's like a skippity hop.
Love it. I love a skippity hop.
That's what we're doing.
It's a triple jump.
Skimming is for idiots. You only double gateway.
Triple jump.
Double.
Did you ever... No, you know in track and field, a triple jump?
Yeah.
Did you ever nail that?
Did I nail the jumping part of things?
So I'm a really good long jumper.
Sure.
And, like, pretty good.
Yeah.
When I was, like, in high school. So I liked triple jump.
Yeah.
No, I liked long jump. I didn't like triple jump.
It's a thing.
It's a skip, hop, jump thing. And
it's in the Olympics, right?
Yeah, maybe. There were...
You said it too confidently.
I actually don't know if it's in the Olympics or not.
I'm pretty sure it is.
But when I got it, I did it really well. And then I get to the meet and I vaulted on all 3 tries.
Yikes. Okay.
So
yeah.
Then I was like, I guess triple jump isn't for me.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
That's where I'm at.
Glad you quit the triple jump.
Yeah,
the dumbest of all the jumps.
It's so dumb. But that's how I feel this is. It's like, up, jump.
I just don't understand how it became a thing.
Skip,
like,
hop,
I understand why...
Skip, hop, and then a jump.
But, like, I get where high jumping came from.
Yeah.
And I even read about the evolution of, like, the crazy high... I read that.
Or, like, the pole vaulting or whatever.
I even get pole vaulting to an extent. Also crazy.
Yeah.
But, like...
If you ever need to get over a really high wall.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, that's how you get over a river.
Directly onto your back on the other side.
And die. It's like... But how did they come up with the triple jump
I know
pattern?
how. You want to know how? They were like, you know what's more fun? You know what's more confusing and harder?
Yeah.
Than just running and planting your feet and
it's
jumping?
Someone who was really bad at all the other kind of jumping and was like, what about this new form of jumping?
That almost every other person faults on.
Exactly.
At least once.
Exactly.
Because, nope, that wasn't quite a skip.
There you go.
You jumped off the wrong foot.
Like, you did it wrong. You did it wrong. You kept doing it wrong.
Triple jump.
Okay.
There's
a point to this chapter.
I wish that we weren't talking about triple jump right now.
Okay, so they do the...
People are going to have to look that up. They're not even going to know what we're talking about.
I think everyone knows what the triple jump
Everybody knows what triple jump is?
Pretty sure. It's an Olympic sport.
You learn it in, like, junior high.
It's in the Olympics.
Track and field.
It's in the Olympics.
Gym class?
Okay. We do the triple jump of gatewaying.
We do that.
And now we're outside formatting.
I feel like Nynaeve is going to try to do it, and she's going to fault. Yeah. She'll be like,
boom!
Yeah.
What happens when you fault? It explodes.
No,
the gateway explodes.
You just don't get to where you're going.
Yeah. Okay.
You're like, that was a really good one. No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're outside formatting because Rad's like, we're doing this meeting today, right now.
Yeah, I got no time.
And we go to the spot.
No time.
We go to the spot where I assume he buried Calendor. Because remember, he couldn't bring Calendor into the city because the whole sword rule.
Yes.
And then after they left, they went to that spot in the woods where he like buried the Calendor and then put like a beam of light into the sky that only he could see as like an indication.
He got it back though. Didn't he collect it again?
Yeah, after they left formatting, they went back and he dug it up.
Yeah.
And then this is where they come back to.
Oh, so it's the spot he knows.
Spot he knows, yeah.
Because, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought you meant he was going to go dig up Calendor. I was like, I thought he already did that.
Yeah, no, we already did that a long time ago. Yeah.
Okay.
But I was just saying, like, I'm pretty sure that's where they are. Because that's the only spot I could think of outside formatting, like, where they... I don't
think it matters.
Well, I mean...
But yeah, okay, sure.
Okay.
I don't care.
Yeah, sure,
Triple jumped. It's
so,
fine.
So we see the large army camped outside formatting,
too. Oh my god, such a big army.
It's so big.
Yeah.
Did you remember that formatting has that terrain grill?
Yes.
The Guardian?
Yeah, I did.
And you can't channel inside of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to skip those 2 pages.
Okay, good.
Of description.
Seriously, though.
Yeah. And let's go to the part where Rand starts going off.
Oh, because of when he was captured there and it triggered his PTSD of being in a box from before?
Yeah.
When he was captured and put in a box?
And then all the other metaphorical and literal boxes that he's been put in and caged.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no, they expect me to go in their box, and the city's a box, and the whole city and the area, and they want to control me. Yeah.
Nobody controls me.
Yeah. And it gets worse. And he's like, no more boxes or prisons or chains.
Uh-huh. And then Rand reaches for the access key to the Choden Call.
Yeah, he does.
That's the thing.
And he starts glowing. Starts glowing it up.
It starts glowing, not Rand.
Well, yeah. No, it starts glowing because he's
channeling into it.
He's tapping in.
And then Rand says, maybe they need to be taught a lesson.
Right. Yeah. He also says give an encouragement to do their duty.
And obey me?
So this is going well.
So are you just going to destroy the whole city?
Well,
what's his plan here?
Well, that's what Nynaeve says. Is she's like, well, okay, well, you can't blow up the city, man.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, I'm just going to rain down a little fire and lightning and teach him a lesson.
Okay.
No, Dani.
Well, listen.
No.
Listen.
This is why you're not.
Listen,
you can't
Linda.
Okay.
Listen. I thought this was going to get worse, because the last time he used this was on the Grand Old Palace.
Sure.
And I thought he was getting a taste for Bale firing things out of existence.
Yeah, well, Nynaeve thinks that too.
Yeah.
Huh.
And he was like, no, just lightning and fire. And that's fine.
Should we be doing that to our own troops?
We don't know if they're our own troops or not. They might be against us.
True. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So just do it a little bit.
47% against us.
Right.
Just a little lightning and fire.
Right.
Just to scare them.
Yeah.
That's way better than balefire, you have to admit. If you had to choose...
Okay, I'll admit that.
Okay, if you had to choose...
If those are my only two options...
Would you rather...
Yeah.
Balefire all of Farmatting out of existence...
Sure.
And the Borderlander army...
Yeah.
Or rain down a little fire and lightning...
Okay, well, I'm
going to go with... I'm
going to go with the fire and lightning
See?
one.
Not even that bad.
You really trapped me in that one. Okay. Okay. So
turns out both are bad.
And Nynaeve's like, you don't have to kill anybody today.
And Rand's like, who said anything about killing? Just scaring.
Yeah, well. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So now we've got the new negotiation tactic from Rand. So he says, hey, Hurin, I got a message and you can give it to the Borderlanders. So the message is, Dragon Reborn is going to the Blight, and they can either stay here hiding and explain to their children and grandchildren where they were and why they were so far away from their post while the Dark One was slain, or I can open up a gateway and you can go the heck back to your posts.
Yeah,
I'll provide transportation. Go do your job.
Tell them.
That's the terms.
Tell them. We don't even need a meeting.
Yeah, that's the meeting.
Yeah, I'm not going into Farmatting, stupid Farmatting.
Right. Okay.
But at least he's not going to balefire it.
That is looking on the bright side.
Yep.
Okay, I have a question for you, because this chapter specifically, we have gotten a lot of very specific phrasing from Rand about his plan is to slay the Dark One. Kill the Dark One.
Yeah.
Are we talking like he's specifically not saying defeat the Dark One? And this has been like a whole thing he's been on.
Mm-hmm.
I want to kill the Dark One.
Well, I don't think he wants to re-imprison the Dark One, right? Because before we were sort of talking about how we need to break the seals of the Dark One's prison to fully be able to seal him back again with no means of getting out.
Exactly. Like not the imperfect prison or whatever.
But now he's like, no, he's got to be gone forever.
But then we had the whole metaphorical argument of like, is the Dark One a thing that you can actually slay? Like,
yes.
Is it more metaphorical of a thing?
No,
like, we can kill the Dark One, like literally.
Yeah, the Dark One like talks to people and stuff. So unless we have a Wizard of Oz situation going on where it's actually just like
just a dude.
That's Demandred. You know?
That's not the Dark One.
Yeah,
that's Lanfear.
Or that weird Murdral.
That's the hand. Yeah.
Shadow
Hurin.
Yeah. What if he's just actually pretending that he's the Dark One?
He's never said he is the Dark. He's like the manifestation, representation of the Dark One in this world.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, Rand is really specific, like slay the Dark One. I just want to bring that up again because we're heading into the last battle. We gotta have a game plan. Rand's like, I'm gonna kill him.
I know.
Can you though? I
know at this point in the series, you expect certain things from me.
I don't expect anything from you.
In terms of... nothing?
What?
You don't expect anything from me?
I mean, I expect some things.
You expect some things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hard stances.
I know that you and also the people listening...
Okay.
Expect some things from me.
I want you to either perfectly predict the series or get everything wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so... my issue now, going into the final 2 books of the entire series, I have less idea of what's going on than when I first started the series,
Yeah.
I feel like.
Oh, it's like that thing where it's like, oh, if you think you know a lot, but then
Yeah.
you don't, but now you went over the hump where you're back to the knowing that you don't know anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought I knew so much.
But now you're back to the whole,
when
like,
I was
I don't know what
around
the
book
hell's happening.
7 to 9, I really thought I knew everything.
Yeah.
And then now,
You're like,
I
what
have
the-
no idea what the hell is going on. I'm back to not understanding anything.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Isn't it amazing?
And then you want me to be like, what about this? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even give an answer. I don't even know what's happening. I feel like I have way more I don't know answers. Because before, when I didn't know things, I could be like, I don't know. I'll find out in book 12.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Now we're at the end of book 12, and it's like, why?
I can't say that anymore.
What's happening? There's no
Yeah.
more time.
There's no,
Okay.
none. There's none time.
Rand's got an answer for the Borderlanders, and it's shove it up your butts. And he's
Yeah.
not going.
Okay.
And he's leaving.
So he's not going to meet with them at all?
That's what it seems like. He said, you can either go back to the Borderlands or stay here. See ya. And then he opens the gateway, and he leaves.
How is he going to know if they accept his proposal to go back to the Borderlands? Through gateways and stuff.
Later in the chapter, he puts that on the list of not his fucking problem.
But he says he's going to open gateways for them if they want.
Yeah, that's the that's someone else's problem now. Like the Asherman or the Iced, like not his problem. He's not going in formatting, man. Not doing it.
No, never.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
For Rand or for the Borderlanders?
Borderlanders.
Yeah, because they super serious want that meeting with him.
Yeah.
But then now he's like, no.
No.
And now,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Okay. Because I was confused.
Yeah.
But.
No, he leaves.
And I'm not less confused now.
Yeah.
To be honest.
To clear it up. To clear it up. He left and we're back in tier.
Yeah.
We all left. And
okay.
Herrin went presumably to go tell the Borderlanders of the new deal on the table.
And poor Herrin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly.
Really bad reunion. Not great. Not great.
Yeah, and...
Because I like Herrin.
Yeah.
And I wish it went better for Herrin.
Earlier in this chapter, there was actually mention of Loyal. And Herrin's like, I remember Loyal. I
Yeah.
like that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I'd bring that up.
Okay.
Because I forgot that Loyal exists.
Right.
You know? He's here and doing stuff. Gonna go save the Loyalists. What are they?
Ogier. You really haven't taken a lot in the last 5 years. Okay.
The Ogier.
So they're aliens
gonna
and they're
go-
going back to their home planet on their spaceships.
Yeah, right. We talked about that not too long ago.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and he's going to go try and stop them from getting on the spaceships to go back.
And those will be the Loyalists. The ones who stay behind.
I love it. It's great. Okay. So now we've got everyone back in tier.
Uh-huh.
And Nynaeve and Rand are like parting ways. But before that happens, Rand gives her the information she was looking for.
Perrin's under a stupid statue.
Super obvious. Go ask a librarian or something.
Yeah.
And she's like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, see ya. Okay, but no, we do get why he changed his mind, because she doesn't quite understand why he's giving her information now, and it's because he's angsty, and he's like, I owe you one for caring when I can't care about anything.
Yeah, he has a debt to her.
Yeah.
And if she does seek out Perrin, she's supposed to tell him that Rand will need him soon.
Yeah, and like that's also...
Sure.
The Tavir and Bond thing already probably has
we
that
already
message covered.
know.
Like,
Yeah.
we know. Perrin, we have that one.
Yeah. So now Rand leaves and Nynaeve starts making her way through the city. And then we get some description of the city and how the hole in the stone
Yeah.
of Tyr from when Matt blew a chunk out of it
Yeah.
with fireworks is still there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then she wonders about Matt and how Matt's doing. And then she's like mad at Tuon for making Nynaeve defend Matt.
Right. And also like some stuff about, oh, Matt's probably in a bar or something like that.
Well, and honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he'd like to be.
Yeah.
And like, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing
And then
wrong with that.
eventually Nynaeve makes it to Cadsuane's rooms.
Yes, here we go. This is the big finale of the chapter. And this is where we're going to need to get some predictions from you
Okay.
on the super secret sneaky plan.
I still don't have anything, so let's go.
All right.
So we have Cadsuane, Maurice, and Corell.
Yep.
who are all sitting inside and knitting and sipping tea, and Nynaeve says, I think I found him, and explains that Rand did know where Perrin was, but before she tells them where Perrin is, she wants to know why Perrin is important.
Right. Yes. Okay. Because we got to make sure Cadsuane doesn't actually want to hurt Perrin or Rand.
Yeah. So Cadsuane does not like this information being held hostage from her.
Right.
You tell me now, girl, child, whatever.
And then Nynaeve also likes the feeling of being praised for learning information too.
Yeah.
Because she still looks up to the other Aes Sedai, I guess, like a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of Cadsuane. So.
Yeah.
All right, but it's like, no, yes. But first, Cadsuane has a question.
How did the Borderlanders meeting go?
Yeah, bad.
Bad.
It didn't happen, really.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and we get an update for these Aes Sedai being like, oh, well, they're in Farmatting, and he said no.
Shove it up your butt.
Shove it up your butt, and that didn't go well.
Yeah.
But on the plus side, he didn't burn the entire city into, balefire vapor.
And no flame rain.
Exactly.
No fire rain.
Yeah, so all in all, went pretty well.
Yeah.
Because Natron Sparrow was a one-off event, right?
And Cadsuane says he will learn to laugh again.
We have to do it. We gotta do it.
Gosh darn it, that Rand. He will laugh again.
Otherwise, he's gonna balefire something else, probably.
Honestly?
He came pretty close in Farmatting. Like, that was not gonna happen.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, if it was just him by himself, maybe that goes a different way.
Okay.
Like, hypothetically, Nynaeve here says, like, oh, I talked him out of it. I talked him off the ledge there a little bit. But if it's just Rand, like, I don't know. Is LTT gonna be like, no, man, don't do it? He might scream. He might scream about it.
Yeah.
But not in, like, a rational, we shouldn't do this. He would do, like, I deserve to die, probably.
Probably.
Kind of way,
Yeah.
You know how he does that?
I do know.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, now, Corell, who I literally can't remember who that is.
Yeah, she's one of the people.
Cadsuane's lackey, one of those ones?
One of those
ones. Okay, well, she surprises everyone by saying, why does it matter?
Yeah, like if Rand is
yeah.
functional as a human.
So what? We just spent the entire afternoon drilling Min, and like, side note, poor Min.
Oh, yeah.
But turns out her visions always come true, and she's been seeing things that obviously can't happen until after the last battle.
Therefore,
we know Rand is going to defeat the Dark One, so it doesn't even matter how he does it.
We did it, guys. We won. We won the
Who cares?
last battle.
We don't even have to meddle anymore. Just
doesn't matter.
Whatever. Let Rand do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, so that's a strategy.
And then Min jumps in and is like, hey, idiot, that's not how any of this works.
Yeah.
Which is surprising. I didn't know Min was in this room.
Yeah.
Now I do.
They've been drilling her all afternoon with questions.
I know, but I didn't know she was here.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, so here's the thing. If Rand loses, there is no pattern, so the visions won't come true because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, all the threads will go loosey-goosey.
Sure. Yeah. So that's bad.
Yep.
And then Cadsuane agrees.
Yeah.
He's like, shoot.
Okay.
You're right. Yes. Yep.
And then Nynaeve doesn't stick to her guns at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Right away, she decides to tell them what she's learned about Perrin and where he's camped.
Yeah, but you know why she does that. She has like a thought process in her head of like, oh, if there's a chance that finding Perrin will help Lan survive, can I really hold this information back just because of this stupid thing?
Okay, but like, what's the connection there? How does she connect?
That's the point. The point is, like, we gotta go all out here.
Okay.
Can't hold back.
All right.
No time
so
for that.
So it turns out Cadsuane knows exactly where this is.
The hand of Aman Rukani.
Which is a bunch of letters Brandon Sanderson strung together.
Apparently.
That literally mean nothing.
We learned today.
And it's near the Johanna Road.
Yeah.
And then Cadsuane answers Nynaeve's question from earlier and says Perrin isn't actually important at all. He's with people that are important.
Yeah.
One in particular.
Yeah. ...
Boom. Is it Morgaze?
Well, super secret plan.
How could Cadsuane know that Morgaze is with Perrin? How could Cadsuane know who's with Perrin at all?
That's true.
Yeah. That's my question.
Well, there's one person in particular who is with Perrin. That's why we got to find Perrin.
Who's vital.
Who's vital to this plan.
To something.
Well, the plan.
The plan.
For Rand.
For Rand.
Yeah. That's the entire thing about her super secret plan. Because that's the thing she's been on about, like, from a while ago now. She's like, ooh, with the whole Sorelia thing, like, we got to make them laugh again and whatever, all that stuff. We got to bring humanity back to Rand. How do we do that? and then no one knows what the plan is.
Except one vital person
Is important to this plan.
With Perrin.
Who's with Perrin.
Is it?
Are you just gonna start naming people?
I'm just naming people.
Who's with Perrin?
No, my gut told me Morgaze, because that's who I care about.
I like that.
Who's with Perrin, who is actually very important.
You know what? Morgaze. Well, why is Morgaze really important?
Mother-in-law.
Oh, it is mother-in-law, technically. Ooh. Hey, aren't you that mother-in-law I supposedly killed?
Ugh.
Well, he didn't. See, he didn't actually kill her.
No, and he killed Ravine.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Gabriel.
Terrible. Okay.
Glad.
Glad isn't with Perrin.
Yeah, he is.
In a vision of a weird time-lapsey thing that we don't know has actually happened yet.
It's Glad.
We don't know that they're actually together.
It's Glad.
Okay, fine.
And
it's Glad.
Morgaze.
Okay, what? Okay, what else? We don't actually know if.
Nope, it's Glad.
Okay. What?
It's.
Are you gonna?
Gaul.
Okay.
Bane and Chia.
Okay. I'm trying to.
Who's the queen of Gildan?
Alejandra?
And then also the other one from Mayan? Barrelane.
Barrelane.
It's Barrelane.
It's Barrelane.
Okay, that's it. That's
Okay.
everybody who's with Bulwer.
Love it. Spy. Super spy extraordinaire. Okay.
All of
Are
the
we done this?
Chafail
Are we
ladies.
done this now?
No,
Okay.
you made me do this.
I know. I don't know what I was trying to do
I don't
here.
know what you're trying to do either. I don't.
It's fine. It's fine.
I think Morgaze.
You know what's very exciting?
Morgaze, hard opinion, it's Morgaze.
Okay. If anyone's not sure, because I didn't mention at the beginning of this episode, 2 chapters for the next
time.
episode.
Yeah.
Then 2 chapters.
Yeah.
And then the last 2 chapters plus the epilogue.
Yes. Yeah, you said
We got
that last
3
episode.
episodes left. Yeah.
You said that too already.
Yes, I did. I want to
Yeah.
make sure everyone knows what the plan is.
Okay, I also see how you're just professionally cutting me off from naming people
You're
who
just
are
still going.
potentially with
We're really getting in the weeds there.
Perrin. Yep, we are. Okay, that's all I got.
Yeah.
I'm eager to see how it turns out. Just because I can't predict what's happening doesn't mean I'm not like, ooh, what's gonna happen?
Nobody said that. Nobody said you're not excited for this. We're moving into a very exciting part of the book here. The end.
The end.
The end.
All of this has actually been pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Especially when I get 2 chapters. That's great. And I'm excited to read on. So I'm going to go ahead and say that before you go ahead and triple jump your way to formatting, I'm going to say that this is part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode. The Wheel Weaves is hosted and edited by Dani and Brett, produced by Dani and Brett with Passion Socks, Cody Fouts, Benjamin, Jamie Young, Megan, Jared Berg, Ricky Morissette, Lance Barden, Adam, Mozyme, Michelle Forbes, MKM, Antoine Benoit, Lawrence Bradley, Colby T, and Gabby Young. With music by Audionautics. Please be sure to check out our Patreon page if you are interested in supporting us and the podcast. We'd love to send you some Patreon exclusive merchandise as a thank you. Plus, you'll gain access to our episodes earlier than everyone else. And at the time of recording, we have over 45 bonus episodes for your listening pleasure. Find all that and more at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. For general information about our show, like information on how to send us shot glasses, how to join our Discord, how to get in touch with us, you can visit thewheelweavespodcast.com. And as always, please be sure to give us that 5-star review because it really does make a huge difference in helping other people find us. And if you write us a really nice review and put your Instagram or Twitter handle in the review on Apple Podcasts, we will be picking people at random to be giving out some merchandise like stickers and bookmarks, and we'll send them out to those people as a huge thank you. Now be sure to tell a friend, Riyadh, because referrals really are the best compliment. Thanks again for listening. This really is part of the pattern now.